A royal love on, Leonor and Christian's public gesture shocks all of France. A moment so simple, so human, so unexpected. And yet, it shook France to its core. Princess Leonor of Spain, Prince Christian of Denmark, together, in public, and with one gesture, everything changed. This was no official ceremony, no carefully scripted royal appearance. It was raw, it was real, it was love, and it has left Europe speechless. Why did this moment matter so much? What does it reveal about two of the most important heirs of their generation? And why is France, of all nations, the one most shaken by it? This is their story. From childhood, both Leonor and Christian have carried the impossible weight of monarchy. Heirs not only to crowns but to traditions, duties, and histories stretching back centuries. Spain and Denmark, two kingdoms, two futures, each watching their young royals grow into adulthood under relentless light. And through it all, speculation swirled. Would Leonor's destiny remain bound within Spain's borders? Would Christian's path be solely Denmark's? Or could fate weave their lives together, in ways no one dared imagine? The answer came not in a headline, but in a moment of unguarded truth. The streets of Paris were alive that evening. Lights shimmered across the Seine. Crowds gathered for a state reception, leaders arriving in glittering cars. Among them, Leonor and Christian, two royals not merely attending, but observed like stars walking a red carpet. And then it happened. Not rehearsed, not staged. A glance shared, fingers brushing, his hand reaching, hers answering. The smallest of gestures, yet powerful enough to echo across nations. For France, a country with its own fractured royal history, the scene was electric. The people who watched whispered with awe, some with envy, some with disbelief. It was not just affection, it was defiance. A reminder that even within crowns and titles, love lives, beats, and dares to be seen. But what does this mean for their families? Behind palace walls, reactions are mixed. In Madrid, King Felipe and Queen Letizia weigh the balance of joy and caution. A daughter's happiness is priceless, yet the crown demands discretion. Could Spain's future queen openly love Denmark's heir without sparking political storms? In Copenhagen, Queen Mary and Crown Prince Frederik tread carefully. Their son has always carried Denmark's quiet dignity. But to see him in the arms of Spain's heiress, is it destiny? Or danger? Yet for Leonor and Christian, the calculus is different. Their world is not merely crowns and expectations. It is also longing, authenticity, and the yearning to live freely in ways their parents could not. This is what makes their gesture in Paris so powerful. It is not simply about romance. It is about reclaiming humanity from centuries of restraint. Still, the curiosity grows. Are they simply young royals in love, or is this the early whisper of something far greater? Could Europe, one day, witness the union of Spain and Denmark through marriage, binding two monarchies into an alliance that history has never dared to script? The public wants answers, but Leonor and Christian give none. Their silence is their shield. Their gesture, their only statement. And that silence fuels the storm. France's newspapers raced with headlines the next morning. A royal love on display. Spain and Denmark's future in Paris. Europe's next power couple. Commentators argued endlessly. Some praised their courage, others warned of scandal. Meanwhile, social media exploded. Clips of the gesture went viral, replayed millions of times. Young people saw hope, a love story that transcends borders, a reminder that even heirs to thrones can fall in love in ways that feel utterly ordinary. But elders within the old monarchies frowned. For them, public gestures are dangerous. They are cracks in the careful wall of mystique that royalty relies upon. To be too human, too visible, is to risk losing the reverence that sustains the crown. Yet perhaps that is the point. Perhaps Leonor and Christian understand something their elders cannot. That in the 21st century, monarchies will survive not by hiding behind gilded gates, but by embracing authenticity. By being real. By daring to show that love, not just duty, defines them. The gesture in Paris was fleeting. Seconds at most. Yet in those seconds, Europe glimpsed a future where monarchy and humanity no longer stand apart. As Leonor's smile met Christian's steady gaze, Paris fell silent. Not because of protocol, not because of spectacle, but because of love. And when France gasped, it was not in scandal. It was in awe. This story is far from over. Questions remain. Will their families openly acknowledge the bond? Will they step together into the public eye, or retreat back into secrecy? Will their love survive the endless scrutiny that now surrounds them? No one knows. But one truth is clear: Leonor and Christian have already changed the game. With one public gesture, they reminded the world that crowns may weigh heavily, but hearts still beat freely. And in the city of love, they proved that even royalty cannot hide from destiny. A royal love, on. And the world will never forget.